Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome to today's live session. So, guys, as we await for the final judgment that will be given to Nigerians tomorrow from the tribunal, there have been mixed reactions, there have been mixed feelings. Some people are very optimistic that the judges cannot but disqualify the sitting president. And some people are like saying that the powers that be will not allow the judges to do their work, judiciously as they are supposed to. So everybody is like, having this double feeling. Will the judiciary have that boldness? Will they stand their ground? Will they resist pressure? Will they resist intimidation? Will they come clean before the Nigerian people to defend our democracy? As in, many people have been having this mixed reaction. So I'm going to be playing this video. You are going to listen to Dr. Etel shares his own feeling about what tomorrow is going to look like. So guys, let's take a look at this and then we come back to take you guys through what we have for you today.
I took time to reflect. I took time to ponder about my beloved country, Nigeria. And whilst we wait for the presidential elections petitions court's judgment to be delivered tomorrow, being the 6th day of September 2023, a whole lot came running through my mind. A whole lot of what if. What if the judges decided to say that all the mess, all the abuse of the Electoral Act 2022 by the INEC, that it doesn't matter? What if the judges in their judgment took the position that, contrary to the relevant sections of our Electoral Act, which clearly stipulates that in the process of collation, that the collation officer must refer to the results that have been published, uploaded to the IREV, and compare it with the result that he has on hand physically before collating the results? What if the judges decide that it doesn't matter because that's what INEC ended up not doing, even though it was spelled out in our Electoral Act? Section 47 spelled it out. Section 60, Section 65, Section 63. Everything about voting, counting of the result, tallying of the result, announcement of the result, uploading of the result to the IREV, and relying on the content of the IREV for collation are contained in these sections of the Electoral Act. What if the judges decide that the guideline for the conduct of the election provided by INEC, which is part of law according to the Supreme Court, in the judgment of Oyetola versus Adeleke, they have upheld that indeed the guideline for the election is part of law. Even the manual is part of law. But because INEC violated all these things and currently we have a sitting president, what if the judges decide to look the other way and abandon all these legal provisions? INEC themselves in section 2.9.0 of their manual said it explicitly that because of the previous manipulations of our election result, whereby after the voting at the polling unit, some people could hijack the result, some people could rewrite this result before getting to the collation center. And that is why they decided to do the hybrid upload of the results from the polling unit, so that in the event that any manipulation occurs between the polling unit and the collation center, they will be caught. But INEC ended up abandoning the same thing, resetting Nigeria back to what the same thing they say they were afraid of. What if our judges decided that it doesn't matter? and go on to validate the mess that INEC gave to us. The Electoral Act says that if there is a dispute of any result at the level of collation, that the collation officer must stop everything he's doing. Refer first of all to the result that was uploaded on the IREV, compare it with the physical result that is in contention, and use the result that is on IREV to confirm which one that is the actual result. Because the one that is on the IREV will be the valid result. And any other result that does not tally with that one that was on the IREV should be discarded. By the time INEC chairman declared the winner, declared who he IREV should be discarded. By the time INEC chairman declared the winner, declared who he made the winner, and handed over certificate of return, not up to 40% of the result of the election had been uploaded on IREV. What if the judges decide that it doesn't matter, that the result INEC declared, they don't even have it when they declared it? That the certificate of return that INEC handed over does not have any backup. There is no result to back it up. What technicalities might these judges use to make this happen? I wondered. I am troubled that this substantial non-compliance to the Electoral Act, could the judges say that no, INEC substantially complied, despite the European Union's own independent assessment, even ECOWAS independent assessment, and many other people. I am not even talking about the allegations of non-qualification because of the $460,000 forfeiture by the sitting president now. I am not even talking about the confusion about this qualification, academic qualification. Whether indeed there was someone who graduated or someone who did not graduate. I am not even talking about the fact that it took more than 14 days for APC to replace their vice presidential candidate. They did it on the 21st day as against within the 14 days margin as provided by the Electoral Act. I am not even talking about the prayer of Labour Party that Shetima was still a vice presidential candidate and senatorial candidate for 24 hours, thereby disqualifying him. What of the issue of Abuja? Will these judges also say, no, it doesn't matter, just to make sure that this president remains on seat? They now say that it doesn't matter if you get any vote in Abuja. I sat down and I wonder, and this cold chill enveloped me. It enveloped me because what these judges do tomorrow is not just going to impact our presidential election, but all the governorship elections, petitions, tribunals. Because remember that when this case is over at the Supreme Court, at the appeal court, yes, there will be an appeal at the Supreme Court. Then the governorship election tribunals will crawl into the appeal court for those who agrees or did not agree. Meaning that the judgment of the presidential election will always come first before the judgment of the governorship elections petitions. And whatever precedent the judgment of presidential election sets, it's going to be like wildfire all over Nigeria. That is another big worry that I have today. It's giving me concern. Because if the sitting president is cleared of forgery of certificate, cleared of non-compliance to other standard rules like when to nominate a vice president and all other prayers of both PDP, APM, and Labour Party. Then all the governors who forged their certificates, all the governors who did not win majority of the votes, all those governors will now have a cover to hide. Cleared of non-compliance to other standard rules like when to nominate a vice president and all other prayers of both PDP, APM, and Labour Party. Then all the governors who forged their certificates, all the governors who did not win majority of the votes, all those governors will now have a cover to hide. All of them will be cleared. In Lagos State, in Delta State, in Enugu State, where even, particularly in Enugu State, where even the Director General of NYSC said the certificate the sitting governor is currently carrying, we, NYSC, did not issue it to him. Yet he's insisting that NYSC issued it to him. How will this presidential elections petitions judgment shape governorship elections petitions across Nigeria? And how will it shape the electoral practice and malpractice in Nigeria going forward? Nigerians, I don't know if you're worried as I'm worried. But as I sit down holding my breath until tomorrow, the 6th day of September, I can't help but say that I have my fears that some people might be hell-bent on destroying Nigeria just to please themselves. That the hopes of the youths of Nigerians, some people are hell-bent to trashing it just to please themselves. We keep our fingers crossed and keep praying and hoping that indeed a new Nigeria will be told that it is possible tomorrow. I pray my fears will not be founded. I want to be the only person whose fears will be wrong, and let other fears or other expectations of hope be right. Please, Nigerians, please, God, let my fears be wrong. Let Nigerians' hope be rekindled tomorrow. As we wait, holding our breath, I pray that when we wake up tomorrow, there will be excitement on the streets of Nigeria. Because at last, the judiciary may have decided to be the only arm of the government that will stabilize this sinking ship, this turbulence in our polity. God bless Nigeria. God bless all the young people who are hoping for a better Nigeria. And I pray that judiciary did not end up disappointing us. Thank you.
Yes, that is equally my own prayer. And I believe that is the prayer of most Nigerians, that our judiciary will not disappoint us. So, Doc, can you give us one or two words to add to what you've already said?
I don't even know what to say, my people. To be honest, I literally dragged myself. I was talking to myself for several. I woke up from bed in the morning and I just kept talking to myself. And when I was able to gather enough, enough courage, enough energy, I just recorded this clip and said that this evening we will make it part of our live broadcast. My thought was just flowing and I was just saying it. And you realize I was literally breaking down, okay? And that's why I had to just summarize. Because, I don't know, I was a very young boy. I think I was just about in my primary one or thereabouts when the Shagaris government collapsed and the military took over, and then another roller coaster of austerity measures were queuing up, and all those torturous days of Buhari all through 1984 and 1985. It was because politicians failed us. It was because FEDECO of that particular time failed us. FEDECO has now transmuted into what we call INEC today. And whilst my mind traveled wide because of the recklessness and the carelessness of politicians who just care about themselves, irrespective of the implications on Nigerians, and what we already have been witnessing since, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me now?
A bit of.
Okay. Is it better now, please? I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm struggling. But what I'm trying to say is that we just see what tomorrow brings. But I'm praying to God that, as I said, I will be lying to myself because my fears will not be founded. I do hope that tomorrow is going to be a day of happiness, a day of excitement, a day of hope rekindled for Nigerians. Like someone said, tomorrow is just semi-finals. It's not final yet. But let's hope that even though we are qualified for the finals, that we have an edge for these semi-finals going into the finals. That's all I have to say. I mean, a whole lot of people have been calling, a whole lot of people have been lamenting all over the internet. But we see how it plays out. Fingers are crossed. It's basically less than 24 hours from now, we'll get to know where Nigeria is headed. Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, the DSS has equally come out to say that some people are planning to protest tomorrow, and that they know the key planners for that protest. But so many people are like saying that why would DSS be intimidating Nigerians? That even if they should come out to protest, provided this protest is peaceful, that they don't see anything wrong. All they want is that our judges should come up with nothing less from justice. So let me allow you listen to what this group has got to say, and we also have a backup clip to give to you guys.
Due to a perceived security threat posed by possible confrontation with Asari Dokubo. Given that the rally's venue was never publicized, this warning raised suspicions of information leakage. The alarm raised yesterday, September 4, 2023, by Nigeria's spy police, DSS, over plans by some persons or groups to stage violent demonstration or violent protest against, violent protests regarding the long-awaited judgment of the 2023 Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, scheduled for Wednesday, the 6th of September 2023, appears to confirm information leakage and a possibility of a verdict of dismissal based on technicalities rather than justice based on constitutional merit. By raising alarm to the security agents, the security agents appear to confirm having prior knowledge of the verdict yet to be delivered. By raising alarm, The security agents appear to confirm having prior knowledge of the verdict yet to be delivered to Nigerians. Possibly, a member of the judiciary may have leaked the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal's verdict to the executive arm of the current government of Nigeria. In this case, the government, along with its internal and external security agents, have proven themselves illiterate in the handling of this privileged information by using it to inflict further psychological damage to the psyche of the already broken populace. We believe, therefore, that the DSS is ill-conceived and politically motivated, thereby raising doubts about the integrity and independence of the 5 tribunal justices and the credibility of their long-awaited judgments. As the international community is aware, the social contract theory underscores the undisputed fact that government exists for the people and derives its authority from the people to act on their behalf, primarily for the security and for their well-being. Nigerians' right to protest are safeguarded under sections 38, 39, 40, and 41 of the Constitution. It is a fundamental human right of the people to voice out their displeasures, disappointments, and frustrations. In accordance with international standards and best practices as recognized under international law, the international community must hold the current government of Nigeria accountable for the killing or brutalization of peaceful protesters, and security agencies should not prevent citizens from exercising their rights to protest. Article 18, 19, and 20 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, the African Charter on Human Rights, on Human and People Rights, and the United Nations Human Rights Council resolution in its 38th session on the promotion and protection of human rights in this context of peaceful protests are quite opposite. Principle 1 of the resolution and promotion, Principle 1 of the resolution.
Doc, I think you have to come in at this point, because he's saying that for the DSS to come out and tell the public not to protest, it means that they already know what the verdict for tomorrow is going to look like. They're already telling the public that they know that it's going to go against their wish. So if they have any plan as to coming out to come and protest, they shouldn't dare that. And he's also urging the judges not to deliver their verdict on the basis of any sort of technicality. They should rather look at the provisions of the law before making their final verdict. Please, what do you have to say about that?
You remember yesterday during our live session, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yesterday during our live session, I did ask a question. How come the Gadzama's colloquium, where Justice Mary Odele Olanipekun, all the people who are APC apologists, how come it happened on Friday? And then they told us on Monday about the judgment. What do they know? Why were they massaging our emotions and playing with our psyche? And then I related it with what happened in Enugu State when INEC was cooking the result they would declare. Former governor of Enugu State, Senator Jim Nwobodo, came and massaged the psyche of Enugu people who were waiting, doing vigil in front of INEC office. After doing it in the afternoon, INEC dropped their destructive bombshell in the night. And to link it up again, I got this today from a friend, and I'm sure I've seen it trending. I've seen it. Somebody said, look at this timeline critically. You will see the handwriting clearly scripted and written on the wall. We are not foolish. Number one, 2nd September, Justice Mary Odele released a statement telling Nigerians to hold up because there will be a reset and the loser should accept defeat without bringing the roof down. On the 3rd of September, NLC announced a 48-hour nationwide strike. Starting on Tuesday, telecommunications, banks, and electricity will shut down. On the 3rd of September, judges and politicians were seen leaving the country and hiding for safety. On the 4th of September, the date for presidential election petitions judgment was announced to be on Wednesday, 6 September. Connect these dates with the NLC planned protest. The same 4th of September, DSS released a press statement, the one we are talking now, warning Nigerians against protests and a possible curfew declaration. When did the protests become unconstitutional that DSS will clamp down on protesters? What other explanation do we need to know exactly what is at stake and what to do? So that's why I cried and I said, let it not be that only few people want to please themselves at the expense of the expectations and the hope of the majority. Let it not be that this same clique that have held Nigeria bound since independence, that they want to continue to perpetuate themselves, that they don't care how we feel, they don't care the implications, they don't care what Nigeria becomes, so far as their interests is protected. That's what this gentleman here is saying. The protest was not announced. How did they know? Besides, if you believe that people are planning to do something that is unlawful, pick them up, arrest them, charge them to court. Why are they threatening Nigerians? What is it they want to do that will infuriate Nigerians, that they are trying to use threat of force to suppress Nigerians? Are we living in a police state? Have we now become a fascist country? I don't know. That's my thinking.
Thank you, Doc. So I also want us to take a look at this clip, and then we'll be rolling.
After the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal released the official date for their judgment, which is tomorrow, 6th of September 2023, the DSS went on to say that they have uncovered plans of staged violent protests to discredit the federal government. See the way Sun newspaper reported it. DSS raises security concern as Tribunal delivers judgment tomorrow. Ahead of the planned 2-day warning strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) to protest the impact of petrol subsidy removal on the masses, and barely 48 hours to the much-awaited judgment by the Presidential Election Petition Court, the Department of State Services (DSS) yesterday said it had uncovered plans to stage violent protests to discredit the federal government and security agencies over sundry socio-economic matters. The security agencies said student leaders, youths, ethnic-based associations, and disgruntled groups were being mobilized for the protest. It said it has identified the ringleaders of the plot and they were being monitored. In a statement by its spokesman, Peter Obi, DSS said intelligence reports indicated that those masterminding the violent protests include politicians. However, it said the masterminds will be stopped from plunging the country into anarchy. So this is what the DSS said, that they have uncovered plans by some politicians, some student union leaders to stage protests immediately after tomorrow's judgment. And people on the internet are not finding this funny. You've uncovered the plans. Why not arrest these people? Why not go ahead to stop them once and for all? Why are you bringing this up at this point in time? Is it that you already know how the judgment will go and you are preparing to stop Nigerians from talking at the end of the day? This group here said the DSS labeling the upcoming protest should the judiciary misbehave violent is an insult to the sense of Nigerians. Those beating the drum of war should remember that in peace, sons bury their father. In war, fathers bury their sons. We want nothing but peace. Kindly give the right judgment. Do not set Nigeria ablaze. That's the simple truth. Nigerians are not asking for war. Nigerians are not asking for anarchy. Nigerians don't want to protest. All what we are asking for is that the judiciary should do the right thing. So why are you talking about this planned protest that we don't even know where it's coming from? Another person here, Samuel Ajayi, said the DSS threats meeting with service chiefs in Aso Rock, the romance with the judiciary, etc. You see why Pept should be concluded before anyone is sworn in. Well, the 6th of September is here. The judges will deliver a judgment and heaven will not fall. I will be surprised if Tinubu is not disqualified. Another person here said the DSS that is always disobeying the court's order is telling Nigerians to be law-abiding. What kind of hypocrisy is this? The court has ordered the release of Chike Ibezim since August 30th, but the DSS are still holding him. Are you people mad or something? This is why we are clamoring for Peter Obi. Dragging Emefiele in the court premises. Can you imagine these same people that have not been following the court of order and now insisting that Nigerians will have to follow anything the court will say, and then you are painting it on Nigerians that people are preparing for protest when all Nigerians are asking for is that the judiciary should do the right thing. Another person here said, I hope Nigerians are tired of all the suffering that has been happening for years due to these wicked politicians. Take ownership of your country. It does not belong to the politicians, the DSS, police, or the military. They are all there to serve you. Stop being slaves in your own country. Stand for Nigeria. All eyes on the judiciary. Indeed, Nigerians are tired of what we keep experiencing as a nation. That's why we keep calling on the judiciary to do the right thing. That's why our expectation is high for tomorrow's judgment, that at the end of the day, the judiciary will do the right thing. Another person here said, attention, they want to keep Tinubu in that seat. I repeat, they want to keep Ebola Tinubu in that seat. They will force a rejected man on us. The judges will fly out of the country, send the DSS to clamp down protesters. That's the script. Let's get ready. All we keep saying as well-meaning Nigerians is that the judiciary should do the right thing. We know that many people are speculating, many people are saying so much at this point in time, but we as well-meaning Nigerians that believe that at the end of the day, the judiciary will do the right thing. We'll keep believing, we'll keep hoping, but we are still watchful. Our eyes are still open in case they want to change the judgment. Another person here said DSS is a creation of the law. They are not above the law. Power flows from the people. Their authority is what you say it is. Therefore, Nigeria belongs to you. It doesn't belong to INEC Select and his men. Nigeria is yours. No Nigerian is bigger than any Nigeria. Do you read me? Of a truth, no Nigerian is bigger than any Nigerian. And we keep saying it, that we are Nigerians and we know the person we voted for in the last presidential election. And that's why if you check the history and if you check what people keep saying, even Wole Olanipekun said it himself that this presidential election is the first presidential election petition tribunal that people are getting to follow this way. It's because the people came out in mass to vote for their preferred candidate. The people came out in mass so that Nigeria can change again, so that we can get a better Nigeria. But at the end of the day, they stole the mandate of the people. And now we are in court to ensure that we take back this mandate. That's why our eyes are on the judiciary. That's why we keep calling on them. And we will not stop calling on them until they give us the correct judgment tomorrow. Chude Nnamdi here said, when a government lacks legitimacy, they run to the paramilitary like the DSS for protection and intimidation of anyone who opposes their evil government. This is exactly what the illegal occupant is doing. Another person here said, Peter Afunaya, if the DSS has identified the ringleaders of the plot to destabilize Nigeria, why not arrest them now? Why wait? Be proactive. Stop intimidating and coercing Nigerians from exercising their rights to freedom of expression, movement, and peaceful assembly and association. That's the simple truth. You already identified those who are planning the evil, like you said. Arrest them. Stop them now. Don't go out tomorrow and then start intimidating innocent Nigeria who just want to exercise their rights. Another person here said, DSS should swear before Okija's shrine that they didn't bring those thugs in their SUV to disrupt the peaceful NSAS protest. Yes, I am accusing them with my full chest. They drove those unmarked SUV and unleashed thugs with cobblers at the protesters in 2020. They did it and they are about to do it again. We don't want a repetition of what happened during the NSAS protest, but we are not ignorant. We know all what happened during the NSAS protest. We know how the DSS, together with the federal government, they worked against the people, but we don't want a repetition of that. All what we are calling on the judiciary to do at this point in time is to give the people justice. The masses are crying. The masses don't want the same thing we are going through now at this point in time to continue. That's why we want the judiciary to do the right thing tomorrow. I'll play for us this short clip where Peter Obi addressed this kind of situation some time ago.
The last request is most critical. We must change the managers of Nigeria. And somebody asks, how about your life? You ask that question. You know why you ask that question? Nigeria has become a case of where lunatics took over the asylum. And we don't know what lunatics do when you want to take anything back from them. They create a thing as if there's a war. So you run away. If a madman comes here, you say, hey, everybody say, I don't want to touch this madman. That's what they're doing. We need to take it back. We need to become as mad as they are.
Like Peter Obi just said, they want to do it as if we are in a war with them. No, we are not fighting with you. But if you want it hot, Nigerians can come hot. But all Nigerians are asking for at this point in time is justice. All what we are asking for is that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal should work with the evidences that has been provided before them, the evidences that the Labour Party have presented before the court. They should work with it and give justice, give the correct justice. So at the end of the day, the people will know that indeed justice was served. Talking about justice, as we await the judgment of tomorrow, we will celebrate the one that has already happened. The tribunal sitting in Lagos State have upheld the victory of Honorable Okejo as Oshodi and Isolo representative. The National Assembly Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Ikeja, Lagos State today affirmed the election and return of the candidate of the Labour Party, Okejo Onu Akulusi, as a member representing Oshodi and Isolo constituency 2 at the House of Representatives. This is actually a big win for Labour Party, and we believe that the judiciary will uphold this same judgment tomorrow at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, we can't wait to hear this judgment. Go in the favor of Peter Obi, in the favor of the Labour Party, in the favor of the obedient family. Don't forget, Peter Obi said, I am not the one running for this position. Nigerians, you are running through me. You are running through Daddy Ahmed. That's what Peter Obi kept telling Nigerians during the campaign. And that is also one of the reasons why we are showing our concern. We want our judges to stand firm. They should stand strong and tall. We know that the powers that be do exist in Nigeria. We've always, know what they are capable of doing. The desperation in them and how they can use their political position, their money, and all that to influence things when it comes to court matters. But this time, we are asking our judges. These are judges. You can see the 5 of them on the screen. Here are the people to decide the fate of Nigeria. Here are the people to decide how our future is going to look like. They are the ones to determine the tomorrow of Nigeria. They are the ones to determine the tomorrow of our youths. Our unemployed youths are looking up to these 5 people you are seeing on the screen. Nigerians who cannot afford their school fees are looking up to you. Parents who cannot even pay their hospital bills, they are looking up to you. Give us justice. We just want justice, not technicalities. Please give us justice. We've presented enough evidence. Enough witnesses came to testify that there wasn't any glitch. Nothing happened on the day of the election. Everything was fine. Just the powers that be decided to push the INEC chairman to go the other way. And he told Nigerians that there was a glitch. Mr. Judges, you all know that there wasn't any glitch. Please give Nigerians justice. It is a very good opportunity for you to shine. Write your name on a platter of gold. Let the world celebrate you. Let Nigerians celebrate you. Let the international community celebrate these judges. Let them know that we have men of reputation. Let them know that we have men that cannot easily be shaken. We can't wait to hear your verdict tomorrow. We can't wait to hear this judgment tomorrow. And no doubt, justice will be upheld. Doug, please just conclude this section and let's keep it brief.
There's basically nothing else to conclude other than what you have just said. Nigerians, we hang our hope, trusting that God will see us through, because as it stands, we know that God exists and God will see us through. Thank you and good night. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Doug, for all your contributions. Our beautiful viewers, thank you all for joining us. No doubt you enjoyed this night session. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend this video for more people to watch. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell for more uploads. I want to say thank you very much for your time and God bless you. Please do have a very sound sleep tonight. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Good.